My involvement in the first clinical trial that I was in has changed my outlook on the need for clinical trials and the need for expanding the participation of people who look like me or other people of color. My name is William Allen, Jr. I grew up in Bardstown, Kentucky, in a household of 8 siblings and my parents. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2004. You hear the C word and it's like the bottom of the floor, just like it just fell out. And I remember going, before I even had the biopsy, just going home, sitting in the house. I got home, went to the bedroom and just sat there and I just started crying. I was told I had a very aggressive prostate cancer, which means that it can progress very, very quickly. When I was going through radiation, the clinician actually came to me and said, "We would like for you to consider being in a trial." Before I was told about clinical trials, I never thought about it. I did not have any notion of what clinical trials were. There's a sense of hesitancy, and because in my community, you kind of know about the past. My wife has been, my partner, my support, so I want to make sure that she's included in my decisions. I felt good after, talking with the clinician. I didn't feel like I was being pushed or made to feel like you really have to continue to do this. When I would come into her exam room, she was tell me exactly what she's going to do, what she was looking for. I just felt comfortable. I guess I felt like this is important. Each time I would go back to get my radiation, I would get my blood drawn and tested, and have a conversation with the clinician about how I felt, any particular reactions. They would, get a physical exam, and felt pretty good. But around 6 months into the trial, it really started to affect me. It was more of just a feeling of more lethargic. So at about 6 months in, I decided I don't really want to continue. And they were okay with that. They said, "Well, fine, we'll take you off, but we still want to monitor you as you come back in for your treatment." When I decided to leave the clinical trial, there was no change in my level of care that I was getting from the urologist. In terms of my radiation treatment, it was fine. I'm benefiting from some trials. My involvement in the first clinical trial that I was in has changed my outlook on the need for clinical trials and the need for expanding the participation of people who look like me or other people of color into trials. I felt like, well, if this is going to help the African American community, I guess I felt like this is important. We as black men were having more problems with coming up with prostate cancer. And this was an opportunity, I think, for me to make a contribution. It is a journey. The biggest part of the journey is making that decision.